got the best of us yet again, so we haven't been on here. However, I am now heading on I'm on my way home. I actually got off of work late today, and I decided to stop and get me a pedicure instead of doing it tomorrow, only because my family reunion is tomorrow, so I wanted to go ahead and get that out the way. And then plus today was just a very long day. I'm not gonna even lie, like for a Friday, I couldn't wait until it was time for me to get off. That's how it was just too much going on. But anyways, work is behind me. I want to talk to y'all. So I get a lot of questions as far as like marriage questions, and along with like just overall just general relationship questions, and I wanted to chit chat with y'all while I'm heading on home, so that way, you know, I can put my feedback. Y'all came over here from Marcus channel, so again, thank you for subscribing. And to my vets, thank you for, you know, sticking with me as long as y'all have, and you know, just I appreciate y'all. But I wanted to provide my insight from a woman's perspective on how I make my marriage work. Also, discuss some topics with you all, the questions that I've received, and pretty much just provide my response. So first, let me say, me and Marcus, or King for those that know him as King, me and King has been together outside of being married for 14 years. We just celebrated our 14th year back in February. On the 31st of this month, we will be celebrating 9 years of us being married. We've been together forever, okay? Forever. One of the things that me and Marcus strive so hard to make sure that we don't do is involve outside people. And what I mean by outside people, I'm talking about like my parents, our friends, things like that. You know, we really try to work things out on our own. If we have like a disagreement or whatever, we really just try to work that out on our own. We don't get our family involved because it's not necessary. Another thing that we do, we pray. We talk to the Most High. We go to Him about everything, and we leave it with Him to help us. And that's one of the main things that I always tell people that come up and ask me, or if I'm just generally talking with, you know, my colleagues and things like that. I always try to let them know, you know, that's one of the big things I don't play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have people in my business. I don't come on YouTube bashing my husband. I'm not on social media bashing my husband. I don't believe in doing things like that. I know some people find comfort into doing that. I don't find comfort into doing that, because my motto has always been, if you with that person, you with that person. And if you go to social media, or you're on YouTube, or you're, you know, talking about your mate to your family or your friends or whatever, that's what does that say about you as an individual? What does that say about you? So that's one of the things that I make sure that if we have a disagreement, or we're just not seeing eye to eye, or can't come to an agreement, I would say I let it work itself out. We let it work itself out. Key thing to being in a marriage, you have to take I out of it. You have to stop thinking about yourself, and you have to think as a team, as one. You have to think as one. A lot of people get so caught up thinking, oh yeah, I'm with this person, and I'm married to this person, or I'm in a relationship with this person, and that's it. That's not it. That is not it. You guys need to work as one, and that's what I tell people as well. Me and Marcus, we do everything together. I don't care when it comes down to bills, we do that together. When it comes down to disciplining our children, we do. That's how we work as one. It's not oh, I don't know what my husband is doing, or two, he don't know what his wife is doing. We don't have that. We don't have no mixed emotions. It ain't no, you know, we don't have any of those issues. And that's what I tell a lot of people, and that's what I'm telling you guys. If you are in a relationship, or if you're married and you're having issues, or you're not, even if you're not having issues, but let's just say you're having issues in your marriage, you need to take a step back and look at yourself. Both of y'all, step back and look at yourself to see if there's anything that you guys need to do individually of correcting yourself, so that way your situation will better itself. You know, if you're not putting in the work or willing to roll up your sleeves and put in the work to fight for your marriage, then what do you think you're going to get? What type of results are you going to get? You're going to get bullshit ass results. Sorry for the cussing, but I'm just being blunt with you all. I don't play around when it comes to my husband. You know, I hold my husband to a high standard, and vice versa. You know, I trust my husband. We communicate. No, it has not always been peaches and cream. Like I said, nobody is perfect. Our marriage is not perfect, but what I will say is we have trust, we have loyalty, and we communicate. If we're feeling some type of way, we address each other. We're very outspoken, and we don't hold nothing back. And for those that, you know, is seeking this advice, you shouldn't hold anything back either. If you're with this person and you know that you're spending the rest of your life with this person, y'all share the same home with each other, like y'all share bills with one another, you're carrying that person's last name, like you're doing everything together, then you should be able to speak. When you're with that person, you should be very outspoken, because you guys share something amongst each other. And that's how me and Marcus is. We have a lot of things that we share amongst each other. It's very rare that I do anything without my husband, besides, like, you know, go to work, like, you know, things like that, using the restroom, you know, things like that. Yes, I do those things by myself. So when I mean that it's hardly rare that I do anything without him, meaning, like, you know, making decisions. There's certain decisions that I will I will go to my husband. That's just the mutual respect that we have for one another, and vice versa. You know, I have to talk to my husband, because at the end of the day, he's not just, you know, he's not just my husband, but he's my life partner. And when it comes down to me making certain decisions, it's not just about me. It's not just about me. I have to think about how this is going to affect others, such as my husband, my children, and so forth. And that's the type of advice that I typically give people. Like I said, me and Marcus been together for 14 years. And then this month we'll be celebrating our 9-year marriage anniversary. You know, I'm 33 years old, and a lot of people don't even get a chance to make it to see that. They don't get a chance to make it to see their 9th year marriage. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in this marriage for the long run. I'm not in this marriage for divorce. I don't believe in divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents have been married for over 20 something years, and that's my goal, to get there. I feel like as long as I have communication, which me and Marcus have, as long as I have trust and we have loyalty and we have a mutual understanding, we are both on the same page and we are here, nobody can come in between us. When you have the Most High in the midst of your relationship or your marriage, if you're in a relationship and you're seeking to get married, when you have the Most High present and you keep him present, nobody can come in between that. Nobody can break that. And when I mean nobody, I mean nobody. Yes, we do have obstacles. We do have, you know, bumps in the road. Yes, what marriage or relationship, what relationship or marriage doesn't have that? But I will say this. You would never catch me coming on any platform of social media, YouTube, none of that, bashing my husband. I would never bash my husband. That, I don't believe in that. Me bashing him, what is that going to do for me? How is that going to make me feel any better? Me bashing him. Even if the shoe was, if it reversed itself and he went and started bashing me, what good is that? That's a lot of wasted energy and time. I don't have the time or the patience to be doing all of that. I love my husband, I respect my husband, and he respects me as well. I already mentioned, like I said, you keep people out of your business. You don't call and run and say, oh my God, this is happening. Don't get me wrong. Do we talk? We do have people in our lives that we are close to or whatever. And, you know, if you're seeking advice from them, I typically will say you want to get your advice from those that's basically in the same situation as you. I don't get advice from people or friends or family that's not on the same path as me. I don't do that. If anything, and I'll give you an example, if I need any type of advice as it pertains to my marriage, or, you know, if I need to basically seek guidance on, okay, what's some other ways or some other things that I could do, I go to my parents who've been married over 20 something years and who communicate. They have that trust, they have that loyalty. So hopefully y'all get the point that I'm making. That's who I go to. Of course I pray, so I'm not going to take that out of it, but what I'm saying is I go to those who I know that's in the same position as me. I'm not going to go to somebody who's single, or, you know, I'm just not about to do anything. I'm just not about to seek advice from those that's not living the same life as me. Another thing, how me and Marcus make our marriage work. We've cut so many people out of our lives. And what I mean by cutting people out of our lives, I love you, but I'm loving you from a distance. I cannot, and you should not, whoever is watching this that needed this, you should not still surround yourself around those who don't motivate you, who don't support you, who doesn't want to see you succeed, who only wants to drain you. You don't need those people in your life. So that's one of the things that we did. When me and Marcus got married, I noticed so many people felt some type of way, and I lost friends. So many people backed off of me because they felt that, oh, she's married now and she's a different person. Yes, I am different, but in a good way. I grew up. Pretty much. I grew up. Okay? Not once do me and Marcus think that we are any better than anybody, but we grew up. We put those childish games away and we grew up. Period. It don't got nothing to do with your age, or it don't got nothing to do with a time clock. We grew up. We knew what we wanted from the beginning, and we set that foundation. That is the key thing to a marriage working. You have to have a solid foundation. If you do not have a solid foundation, baby, you might as well chuck up the deuces and keep it moving. Because without that solid foundation, you're not going to get anywhere. You can't do anything. That's like living in a house. If the foundation of the house is not planted correctly, or, you know, the foundation is not laid correctly, how do you think you're going to, like, really, can you live in a house like that? Can you live in a house and your roof is pretty much caving in? You can't live under those in those conditions. So if the foundation of your marriage is not solid, where it's like this, you might as well wrap it up. Wrap it up. Again, I lost people that I thought were my friends, and the more and more, you know, as I thought about it and got older and more wiser, they really wasn't my friends from the beginning. I'm just going to be honest, because people that have your best interest or want to see you, you know, happy, or, you know, genuinely see you happy and succeed and move forward to the next step and want to congratulate you on your accomplishments and be a part of that, they would never leave or have a reason for you to cut them out. But when you have people that their intentions was never good from the get-go, or yeah, maybe you were living the lifestyle that they were living, and the minute that you grew up, they wasn't ready to grow up. And I'm not saying that people need to move when you move, but I'm just saying you need to surround yourself around people that's moving in the same direction, meaning that they want to go forward and not backwards. And that's how me and Marcus make sure that our relationship and that our marriage work. We are friends. That's another key thing. You have to be friends with your mate. He is my best friend. I don't have a male best friend and then my husband. My husband is my best friend. My husband is my soulmate. My husband is my lover. King is my everything. That's my everything, King. Okay? So when it comes down to it, you have to separate yourself from those that's not moving the same way as you. You know, I can count on one hand how many really true, when I say true friends that me and him have. And when I look back to before I was cutting people off, I should say, or just, you know, distancing myself, they really wasn't my friend. Like, they really wasn't my friend. If it wasn't, you know, gossiping and, you know, just, they really wasn't my friend. So I felt like, you know what, I need to back away and I need to tighten up. And that's what I did. And this was, you know, a while back. But, you know, me and Marcus, we try our hardest to be a good example for other people that's wanting to, you know, get married. We try our hardest to lead by example for our children. You know, we really try our hardest. No, again, we are not perfect, not from a long shot. We are not perfect, but we really try our hardest to live right and do things the right way. And I really, you know, truly feel that that's how our marriage, that is how our marriage has continued to blossom the way it has, is because of the foundation that we've set, and we set that at the beginning. Some things that you could take away from this is making sure that you have a clear understanding of what you both want. Keeping those negative people out of your business, out of your relationship. Making sure that you know, pretty much keep God first at all times. That's who needs to be in the center of your relationship leading into your marriage. You need to keep the Most High at the center at all times. And just making sure that you and that other person is on the same page and that you guys want the same things. And as long as you have that, you can't go wrong. So hopefully this was helpful. To leave those comments down below if you want to know anything additionally. Go ahead and end this vlog. Just got home and need to see what the fam is doing. So thank you again for watching. Make sure that you like this video, thumbs it up, and share. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog.